Morning.
The music's doubled up.
Is it? It's still playing for you?
It was still playing for me. It's like double manga chat. Oh, no, you're doubling up.
Really?
Yeah. Really? Is it? Really? Is it?
All right, we'll give it a second. I bet it'll stop. I'm having no sound issues on my part, but
Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you fine. There's no double for you.
Oh, but you're coming back. As I said that, you were like, no sound issues on my end. So it's like, he's vaping.
You think it's
Yeah,
a
you're
vape
talking
thing?
again.
Oh, this is weird. Tell
This
us
has
in the
happened.
comments if Wally Gropius says it's only doubling for Simon.
So this happens whenever we have a guest.
Yeah, do you reckon there's a secret guest today?
It's all. I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind. I feel like it's just awful.
Yeah. You could
I
try
don't think so.
Wait, hang on. What about now?
Wait, so you can hear the doubling audio.
No, I can't. Wilson Fisk says sounds fine to him, but I mean,
Well, la-di-da for you.
maybe
I'm gonna leave the studio and come back.
Yeah. All right, just me for a minute. How's it going? Ed Wiley, no doubling here. Yeah, I'm not getting doubling. I'm really jet lagged and I feel like I'm being fucked with. All right. Well, I don't know. I would have more to say if I wasn't so jet lagged. Just come back from a massive trip. We'll get into that. We're gonna have some comic chat. We both have a stack of comics we bought. What did I have for breakfast in France? Actually, I'll tell you that while we do it. I woke up too late for the hotel breakfast every day. I would get like the coffee machine was still working, and I would manage to. 2 of the days I managed to get an old croissant, like the last croissant that was left on the table at the breakfast buffet, paid for by Festival BD Colomiers. Yeah. Crapmaster Zach, nice to have you. Simon's having some technical issues, so Crapmaster Zach, if you want to join, I can send you a link and you can join, and I'll just kick you out as soon as Simon comes back. Yeah, French breakfast. It's quite nice, the hotel breakfast. The one day I managed to get it, it was like buffet style, all these different types of sausage, different types of ham, yogurt. Let me think what else. Mate,
you poor bastard.
Yeah, did you hear me just like listing breakfast buffet?
No, I couldn't get in. I think I know what the problem was. I think I had a YouTube window open with like the live manga chat window, so I was getting that was coming in. I was watching the stream at the same time I was doing the stream.
Oh, I see.
I think that was it. I don't know. So I have to watch that in the future. Sorry to leave you in the lurch like that, Josh. I imagine you just froze like a deer in headlights.
A little bit.
You were listing breakfast bars.
Well, there was at the hotel in France. There was a breakfast buffet, so I was listing all the things at the breakfast buffet.
I love a good French breakfast buffet.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It was. I'll get into it, but I eating meat on that trip, so I was having like breakfast sausage, breakfast ham, all that
big
kind of stuff.
monster shits.
Oh, mate. Oh, we'll get into that as well.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, no spoilers.
Yeah.
Crapmaster Zaki's like, yes, let's go.
So, you have
Anyway,
a pile
sorry.
of comics this week?
I do, yeah. I'm sorry the shit intro there. We everything that Nate Garcia was saying on Twitter yesterday is true, apparently. It's shit unprepared podcast. Oh God, he was right. He was
Yeah.
right all along. Yes, I've got a stack of books here. Well, I said to you before the show, Josh, we'll run through them first so we don't have a drop off in viewership. The point of the show is to try and sell comic books for people, to try and get unenlightened people into alternative comics. That's what we're all about here at Manga Chat. So we're going to go through our books first.
Should we take turns, like you, me?
We'll take turns. I got the new George Willisole book from Avery Hill and an old George Willisole book from Avery Hill.
That Internet, I don't have Curses yet, but that Internet Crusader book is really fun.
It's a real feast for the eyes. It's real. The Internet Crusader thing's real eye candy, but it's George Willisole with his computery kind of vectory, or I don't know what the fuck they are, but it's computery comics that I don't hate. They don't bother me. Bit hipstery, maybe. Don't know. You know, I enjoy looking at it. The colors are nice. George Willisole. He's got that Choose Your Own Adventure one. Internet Crusader looks good from Avery Hill. If you like this sort of crap, if you like internet art or whatever, get that for your coffee table.
Nice. I'll go. We've talked about this a bunch, but I finally got it from Gosh, Crime City Comics by Teddy Goldenberg, which I found out is one of Dylan Moran's purchases when he went into Gosh. Greg from Gosh was telling me that Dylan Moran came into Gosh Comics, looked at the small press wall and went, "This is what it's all about." And he bought this and Parallel Lives.
Oh yeah, Shroud, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, this is just a beautiful book from Floating World Comics. We've talked about this a bunch, you know.
Yeah, highly recommended. Pick that up from Floating World Comics in Portland. Publish a lot of good stuff and a great physical shop too. He's got a new one out, Teddy Goldenberg. He's got a new book coming out, Josh. I can't remember what publisher it was from. Who was it? The Kus?
I only saw a calendar he was a part of. But...
No, there's a new book. I think maybe Kus, the Latvian publisher. I think maybe it was Kus. Anyway, probably get that. We'll talk about it on the show in the future. Ooh.
To answer this question quick, did you drop anything off at Gosh? I did. I dropped copies of Ted Wood Classic Movies, Power Wash, and Warm Television. And there's only Warm Television left, so act quick.
Get in there. Well, in the spirit of the Eiffel Tower in the background, I've got this from Editions Matière. It's by Pia Melissa LaRoche. You know these stripy yellow and white French books. It's Editions Matière. They do lots of stuff. You can get your Yokoyama books, your alternative manga from them. You've got your Paul Descamps and your Luca Barbucci and all the hip young kids. But yeah, this is sort of similar to the Tiger Tateshi stuff in a way. It's just an experimental kind of wordlessly kind of playful kind of comic. I've been meaning to pick this up for a while, but I finally picked it up from 50 Watts Books. Love 50 Watts Books. Yeah, it's just an entertaining, doodly kind of surreal, you know. Like, reminds me of Brian Blowmirth a bit, some of the line work, and yeah, it's a fun one to look through and have a gander at. It's by Pia Melissa LaRoche. It's Mandolin from Editions Matière. Oui.
Ed Wiley says Power Wash went like hotcakes. I only put this comment up because I do actually want to brag. I dropped off a bunch of comics to Gosh. Listen, I dropped off a bunch of comics to Gosh, like a decent amount, and went to the pub with Greg from Gosh Comics, like that night, and he's like, "They sold out, Josh, already." And it's quite nice.
Oof. Fucking power sales, Josh. You got some heat on you, buddy boy, with all your nominations and woofity boof.
Yeah. So who's that book by again? Editions Matière.
Matière, Matie with a funny apostrophe type backwards thing and an R and an E. Editions Matière. I don't know. It's French. I butcher their language. Every time I go to France, the waiters are very rude to me because I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. This is one I got at Spitalfields Market
Of course.
Just a little like anthology.
That's nice.
And a bunch of stuff I hadn't seen before, edited by Don Donahue and Susan Goodrick.
Okay, well, this is an old comic by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like an English edition of something, but it's like, you know, Spiegelman, Justin Green, Crumb, Bobby London, Kim Deitch, Gilbert, Spain, Jay Lynch, Bill Griffith. Yeah, cool underground stuff in here. It's like, bought it because it's on nice newsprint, and yeah,
It's a hot pickup.
yeah.
You're going around buying old dead men's books.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like,
I'm not disrespecting the artist there. I mean that book was literally probably owned by a man who died, a consumer, a dead consumer, and Josh is going around getting all their old books. He's like a fucking vulture.
I think, to be honest, the only reason I got it is because it was so cheap. Yeah, that's that.
Now you are denigrating these artists, saying that you wouldn't even piss on them if they're on fire unless it was very cheap.
Yeah,
you're a sick
that's
man,
right.
Josh. No respect for anyone.
I only have one other thing I got, so you want to just go through a bunch?
Well, I don't do one or two in a row. I've got this advanced reading copy of Hog Book and Laser Eyes, Fantagraphics books. This is out in April 2024. I believe it was delayed because Maria Bamford, the comedian, put out a biography, a text-based biography with a bigger publisher, so they won the arms race. But yeah, it's Hog Book and Laser Eyes. It's illustrated by her husband or boyfriend or whatever, Scott Marble Cassidy, who's quite a good oil painter. I was perusing his oil paintings earlier, and they're quite lovely. I like them. But I this came in. You know, my wife works at Fantagraphics. This came in the advanced reading copy. I sat down to look at it with my kid, and I got really into it. I really like it. It's quite well put together for a painter. You know, someone who doesn't normally do comics, or a painter trying to do a comic, but yeah, it's quite nice. It's quite classically laid out and put together with, you know, nice silhouettes and just nice clean narration. Maria Bamford, who's a comedian I like. I saw her at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival in 2012, I think. Her fly was down the entire set. I was front row, like crotch level, fly open, really distracting. Don't know if it was part of her tactics, if it was like a comedy tactic to unnerve people and like, will they say anything? I didn't say anything, but it was distracting. But anyway, yeah, lovely book. It's about dogs. It's about two people falling in love. I've not finished it yet, but I was really enjoying it. There's a scene with Michael Flatley. Remember, Josh, the Lord of the Dance? And then the dog is imagining that they are Michael Flatley. It's just a cute bit of like a pug in like a Michael Flatley jacket in a Michael Flatley pose. And it just tickled me. It tickled me so much yesterday. I can't stop thinking about it. I woke up thinking about it. It's like, oh, that fucking Michael Flatley dog. Yeah, Hog Book and Laser Eyes. Yeah, it's only 66 pages or something. It's quite concise. Yeah, keep an eye out for it. Maria Bamford.
What was your relationship to Riverdance? My mum was obsessed with Riverdance for like a weird period of time, and it was just always on VHS, just constantly Riverdance on the TV.
Pure propaganda for me. In Tasmania growing up, we just were inundated with the adverts. I was a latchkey kid. I was always watching TV, and just every second ad break, Michael Flatley, the Lord of the Dance, tippity tappity tappity. Look at his bald chest. Look how shiny he is, like a thin beef sausage. It was that. Lots of Christian ads and Michael Flatley. Oh, some of those Christian ads, Christian Television Association, just like incredible fucking ads. Anyway, but I got another book here. I got this from editor Alexei Zarin. I don't know if I pronounced that. Alexei. It's Freakbuck. Yeah, it's distributed by Fantagraphics for a while. It's by Pig Roast Publishing, but I really like this Alexis Rose, the cover artist. There's the light colors that you can see here amongst this stippling, and just a little slight rainbow pencil or something up here. There's just something about it, and there's a Alexi threw in when I got this off them a little original drawing by this Alexis Rose person in there. It's like it's a little bit in the middle. It's just like original hand colored stuff. But there's something about this, just the stippling. It reminds me of weird old comics from Hobart in like the 90s, and just there's something about the line work quality, and just I don't know. I'm really intrigued by this Alexis Rose character, just this weird kind of raw, overly stippled kind of postmark buyer kind of stuff. I don't know, but yeah, fun anthology to flip through. It reminds me of like Nazi Knife and just like those weird sort of. I don't know if we get demonetized for saying the title of an old zine. Yeah, some fun stuff. I saw there's friends of the channel in here like Jasper Jubenville and Harry Nordlinger, and
Jasper's in there.
Yeah, Jasper. There's a big long big long up this way. You have to read it this way, like Spider-Man issue 16 by Eric Larson or whatever back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah, no, there's some nice stuff in here. Yeah, I've been flipping through it and just late at night, Daddy looking at his weird books alone at night.
Yeah.
I came in there last night from I was going to go to bed at midnight after I did the dishes, but I was talking to Alexi about all these old weird CF zines and stuff, and I was showing off some old zines and taking pictures, and then I went through all my Noel Frybert archives and was just looking at old books, and yeah, it was a great time. It's just Daddy alone in his weird room looking at his weird old Daddy books. Yeah, I got the new zine Panique as well. I don't know if I showed that off last time. Yeah, you did the cover of the last one.
Yeah. That cover is so good on that one.
Yeah, it's Baptiste Verreau. I think he's very good. So I think he made this scarf. I think this scarf is from Animal Press for Baptiste Verreau and that whole Frenchy gang. Talk about Frenchies. Yeah, a French anthology zine Panique, and I think that's Noel Frybert on the back, who is having a sale off at the Toy Box Coffin Play Place. He's got lots of new manga. Lots of weird old dusty manga and weird stuff. 13% off with a certain code. You can go look it up. But yeah, it does have the what is it? He's got there's still a copy of this on there. That Miyoko Asaga film by Shinichi Abe. Fantastic book. Great stuff in here. Very difficult to find. So check that out on there. You can get 13% off today using the code that I can't remember right now. Yeah, zine Panique seems all right. Yeah, it's an anthology. There's some garbage in here and some good stuff.
Yeah.
I think they might be sold out. I don't know, but you can probably look around and find them. If Wig Shop probably has them, or some store has a. Alternative comics fans, come on, you love a bit of crate digging. It's nice to dig around, do some online digging, go to all the shops. Like sometimes you got to get something from Fat Bottom in Spain. They're the only person that's got it left. You got to go to Barcelona, but that's just what you fucking do, don't you?
Nice. Yeah. Anything else?
You got, Josh? You got something else there?
Well, one other thing was just this one was a gift from Julian Huber.
Oh, very nice. That's mine. I made that.
Yeah, I went up to his table and he was like, "You can have." He goes, "As a gift, you can have anything on this table for free." So I went to pick up the limited edition Hypnotic Midday Movie. He said, "No, not that one. I've only got one left. He let me have this one."
The shit one.
Beautiful book, though. You already know that.
I like that more than the special edition. I like the cover more, and it doesn't have all the pages, but I think it's the better one.
Nice stuff in the back here as well. All this the extra stuff once you've gotten past the the paintings, you've got all this extra stuff. It's nice, yeah.
Well, yes, it does document a bit of the animation backgrounds from a Justin Roiland short, and it has my Bellevue Arts Museum installation, process shots, and waffle in the back, Josh. Yeah, you should pick that book up. Great Christmas gift. You can get it from any good comic shop. Floating World, Secret Headquarters, just signed a bunch for them the other day. I did. I might still have some left. Yeah, got tons of them. You get them at Metropolis Books in Melbourne. You get them at Gosh in London. Or any good comic shop worth their salt should have it.
Speaking of gifts, Crapmaster Zach says, "I got the Simon air freshener. It smells good. People should get that for Christmas for a car."
Cinnamon. It's a cat's anus that smells like cinnamon. Sold out. You can't get them for Christmas, Josh. Actually, I believe that air fresheners did sell out. Yeah, got to make more. Got to make a Tedwood air freshener that smells like milk. I was just talking to Dave about that the other week. We need to make like a fun pack of like a few different air fresheners. Anyway, getting ahead of myself. Rolling papers, mugs, all sorts of stuff. Got the new advanced copy of the new Manueli Fior book came in. It looks really good. I just want to say it's called Hypericum. The French one is Hypericon. For some reason, this has been translated to Hypericum, like C-U-M, and it's just like a person in bed on the cover. So I just can't stop thinking about cum. It's sort of I can't concentrate on it properly because I'm just thinking about coming. I got a Pure Evil by Matt Seneca. I quite like this cover here. This looks quite good. He sent me an extra bonus copy of the Phase Eternal comic. That it's like my third one, Matt. I've got one in the Wicker Phase album, and then I got weirdly sent a second copy of that Wicker Phase album by Run for Cover Records. I don't know why they sent me a second one. I gave that to you, Josh, and then a third copy came in. Yeah, fantastic album. One of my favorite albums this year. I think probably you too, Josh. I know Jasper is well into it as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm loving the look of this this new Seneca here. I think I met Seneca like 5 years ago, and I was wearing a Wicker Phase t-shirt. And he was like, "Oh, Wicker Phase, they're friends or something." But yeah, it's nice, classic looking stuff. It's kind of in-depth kind of story about. I can't remember if it's filmmaking or comic making. I think that's maybe some of the comic characters within the story. I don't know. I need to dig into it, but yeah, I'm digging this. Looks quite nice. Quite a nice drawing. I'm enjoying looking at it. Anyway, Matt Seneca, he's been around the traps for a while. He's a trapsman.
Yeah, I've not read any Matt Seneca stuff, but I think I might open this up and read it and check him out.
I think he's a bit of criticism and stuff as well. But yeah, this one does look better than Phase Eternal. This one, this one looks like quite in depth and lots of, grounded dialogue. And Phase Eternal's a bit more kind of like, I don't know, oofy foofy. Is that a word? But yeah, I'm into this one. I'm giving it a good bloody gander. The last thing I'll show off before we get into your big French recap, Josh, is Honk. I think I mentioned previously a few weeks ago, I got these on eBay. The Don Martin interview one, the Matt Groening one. It's published by Fantagraphics in the early like 80s or something, and edited strangely by it was Mark Waid. It became like a big Marvel man, and he's the guy like there was a big like lawsuit between your boy Zach, the diversity in comics guy, and Mark Waid, and like tortious interference. And it was a whole big fucking stupid drama thing. But I was like, Mark Waid, like Fantagraphics, Don Martin. Yeah, there's a really rare Dan Clowes comic in this one that I looked about, and I don't see it collected anywhere, even in like the big Lloyd Llewellyn collection. It's one of the ones written by Mort Todd. It's the Squirt. It's there's a few of these collected in like the Lloyd Llewellyn collections. This little kid, the Squirt.
Yeah.
4-pager written by Mort Todd. Big splash page there at the end. Big flaming house. Weird angles. Dan Clowes hasn't figured out how to do perspective yet. Fun stuff. Lots of fun interviews in here. Lots of J.R. Williams comics. I love J.R. Williams. Big ad for Usagi Yojimbo on the back there, the old Fantagraphics ones. Oh, I love Usagi. Yeah, great stuff, Usagi. Anyway, it's Honk. Yeah, honk, Josh. Let's slam on the brakes. You've just gotten back from France. Go.
I got invited to the Festival BD Colomiers right outside of Toulouse. All expenses paid for my flight, hotel. What else?
They met you with a sign at the airport, didn't they? It said Mr. Pettinger.
Yeah, so getting off the plane in Colomiers, the guy with the sign, Mr. Pettinger, was quite so I imagined, like, I thought there's a chance that's going to happen. So I imagined myself being like, I'm going to take a picture with him. It's going to be, it's going to be like a nice moment where I have my first ever like driver. But he looked a bit like Vladimir Putin. He was kind of an intimidating guy. So I just like went, "Oh, mate," just like, thanks. Going to the hotel, please. Yeah. So I went to London first. I was going to make a trip of it with my girlfriend. Went to London first to go like visit my mum.
You got a girlfriend, Josh? I thought you were a homosexual. You told me you're a homosexual.
Oh, do you know?
What? Oh, all right, go on then.
I do whatever I want, No labels.
I've derailed you now. Go on. So you're doing a trip. You took your lady friend.
Yeah, I went to London. A bit, I get anxiety there. I think you understand that, like going home. Just
Oh yeah. Home, it's horrible. People might beat you up. People might recognize you and beat you up.
Yeah.
Oh, he thinks he's hard, doesn't he? He thinks he's all fancy, Mr. Hollywood, Mr. Philadelphia, Mr. Philly Cream Cheese. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Every like time I've ever been in any trouble with like like a mugging or like people starting fights, it's never been in America. It's always been in England. So I don't know. There's always like this kind of like menacing threat to be in there or something for me. Yeah, it was nice. Went met up with Cowdrey.
Oh,
Cowdrey went to Gosh Comics. Let me see. I think I have a pic here. I've uploaded some pictures.
oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Like a holiday slideshow. Strap in, kiddies. Uncle Josh is doing a slideshow.
Some of these pictures I haven't uploaded. Let me.
It's not all dick pics, is it, Josh? Come on.
No.
Keep it classy. Don't get us demonetized. I already said the N word, not that one, the other one.
All right. Some of these pictures aren't uploading. We don't need pictures.
Well, I'd like the pictures. I can't do it. I have to use my imagination.
Yeah, they're on Instagram. Went for a lovely curry with your mate Jim Hemmingfield and
Ah,
let me
sorry,
tell you,
I'm just.
I've not had a curry like this since I moved to America.
I just came, Josh. Sorry, the curry and Hemmingfield combo. What was? Tell me about the curry. Oh, I'm drooling.
Started with the poppadoms and the 4 dips.
Fuck off.
Was it like the pickle dip?
No.
Like parsley and mint,
Is there a mango chutney?
mango chutney.
Ah.
Yeah, you just can't get a curry like that here, can you?
I had a curry here last week. Sorry, Josh. I had a curry from this new virtual food hall. It's like we've got 10 restaurants in the one place, and it's a virtual food hall. It was the worst. It was run. All the waitresses looked like dullards with like chickens with their heads cut off. Just a low grade of worker and the person. Just it's in Santa Clarita, so it's just you can imagine it. But yeah, it was horrible. The curry was the most watery garbage. I've been waiting for this place to open. Like, oh, a local curry place. Like a year I've been waiting, and it was the worst. Got real sick. Yeah, I'm so jealous that you had a good curry, Josh. The Santa Clarita Virtual Food Hall was the most depressing fucking. There was a band outside, a very loud father and son band wearing puka shell necklaces, doing cover songs of like Rob Thomas, Matchbox 20 cover songs. It was a fucking nightmare.
What makes it virtual?
You're supposed to just like order online and just like, but then you just go pick it up. It's like, so I don't even think you can order in there on kiosks. Yeah, the idea is supposed to be like the family goes in like, oh, daddy wants a curry, baby wants a burger, and mummy wants a laksa, whatever. Like, yeah, but it all comes out at different times, and you're just standing around waiting. There's no official waiting area, so you just feel like a dickhead just standing around in there looking at all these like unattractive people. It sucked. Like, it's just like a ghost kitchen, but they're being upfront about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so jealous you had a curry with Jim Hemmingfield.
Yeah.
That just sounds like a cream dream.
Lamb Rogan Josh.
Oh, that's what we call you.
Yeah. No, it was, and a bit of a chana masala.
Fuck off.
Sag paneer.
Oh.
Had a little bite of Nathan's. What did he have? I think he had a chicken tikka masala.
Oh, basic bitch.
Yeah. He was actually he was like debating. He's like it's my favorite, but I don't know. Coming to a nice place like this, should I get
Yeah, I mean, you look like a baby. Oh, the butter chicken. Oh, you soft dog. Come on, get something smelly.
Didn't have a bite of Jim Hemmingfield's curry. I don't really know him like that.
Yeah, he could be a germaphobe or something, or just like really selfish. You just don't know.
Yeah. Did garlic naans with side of rice. It was magical.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's worth the trip right there. Some solid proper curry.
Yep. Followed that up with hanging out with your mates at Breakdown. We went to a pub in Brixton called the Marquis of Lawn. Proper old fashioned like men's social club.
Yeah.
Some pool table, darts on the TV.
Lovely. Smell a bit like piss maybe in there.
A little bit, yeah. Went with Tom Oldham, Joe Kessler, your mate Kessler.
Big Pants Kessler, Joey Sausages. Yep.
Yeah, it was great. Played a bit of pool. I lost to Cowdrey and Jim Hemmingfield. Should say Jim Hemmingfield. He's like He's on the Megamog wiki as Werewolf Jones' #1 fan. You know about this?
Yeah, he exists in both continuities. He's in Seeds and Stems. He buys Werewolf Jones's felt hats. He's in that continuity, and he's also in the Crisis Zone continuity. He appears numerous times, and physically he does appear on a call during the end of Crisis Zone. And his wife Michelle and their dog also appear. But yeah, no, he's a character. He exists in the universe. He started out as the Breakdown Press mail boy, and now I think he's actually doing some like editing and design on their new like Rhizo series of old pre-war manga. So Jim's, I think he's doing like work on the new Abisu book as well. They're putting back out the Pits of Hell, and they've got another one. Check them out. Breakdown Press, the Jewel of London.
So yeah, we played like a couple games of pool, and then these bigger Irish boys wanted the pool table.
Some bigger boys.
Yeah, bigger boys wanted the pool table, and after they've been playing for a bunch, they've actually been playing for a long time. I can't remember if it was Nathan or Jim went up to them and said to them like, can we go next? And he said they said, he goes, if you can beat us.
Oh.
And it's like, no, it's not gonna happen.
You all just left.
Yeah. Got bullied out of playing pool by big Irish boys.
Yeah, it's the social club vibe. Bigger boys in there. They'll eat you alive, little chicken hawks.
Yeah, so that was not much else to say in London except for so last day in London, I went with my mum to a vintage shop, started getting these messages. Like first I got a message from Frederick from Grimace Vardet. Congratulations. Asked him like for what? And like, we're waiting for him to respond.
Yeah, for fucking what, cunt? For fucking what?
While waiting for him to respond, I got a message from my French translator, Renaud, and then a message from the publisher all saying congratulations. And I've been nominated for official selection at Angoulême.
Oh, fucking hell, Josh.
Look at that.
You're up for one of these bad boys. You could be a big European winner like me. Wow. That's fantastic, Josh. I mean, you must have like shit yourself a little bit, I reckon.
No, but it's quite validating, especially for that. Like it's old work that I mostly made it in still in relative obscurity, but even more obscurity back then. And kind of nice to have that old work. Somebody say, yeah, actually it was all right.
Yeah, it's validating. Yeah, half of that stuff's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my old work.
Decent selections this year. It's like Monica and Blood of the Virgin, two of the maybe best books of the decade. Dead Arlies by Charles Burns, which I haven't read yet. It's only in French. Acting Class. Kind of good books.
Yeah, lots of French ones as well. Yeah, it's stiff competition, Josh. You're in with a chance, so you could definitely take out that new emerging artist prize. I got best series in 2018.
There's a first book. There's a first book prize, so on how many people in that selection it's their first book. Maybe
might be just you. Maybe you're a lock and you'll just take it out. But your mum must have been impressed, and your lady friend. Your beard must have been impressed by that. Yeah.
My beard was well impressed, yeah. I bought myself another 6 months of,
Yeah, no, it's big. I mean, if there's anyone watching who's like, a bit uninformed and doesn't know much, they're new to the alternative comic scene or whatever, or this is mainstream in France. I mean, this is like the Oscars. If it's for making a film analogy, this is the big prize. I can't think of a bigger comics prize than Angoulême. I mean, I got a couple of Eisners up there, but frankly, the Angoulême prize is the big one.
Yeah,
you can shove your Ignatz awards up your ass. I mean, that means nothing basically, but that's a hot fucking prize. So yeah, congratulations, Josh. It is truly an honor for you to be nominated.
It is. People in France know because I was just bathing in congratulations the whole French leg of the trip. You know, everybody, congratulations, good luck, all that stuff. You know.
Yeah, no, it's quite fancy. Yeah, I think you should frankly be more braggadocious about it. And
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be as we get closer to the event. I think you know, just introduce myself as Josh, official selection Pettinger.
selection of yes. Oh, selection officiel. And
Yeah,
you're gonna go to Angoulême as well. You're gonna be there at the long French awards show.
yeah, I'm gonna be there in I think is it late January? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, quite excited about that.
You'll be hitting up the Chat Noir. You'll be prancing around the cobblestone streets. Beautiful, beautiful town there, Angoulême. Fancy. You'll have a great time. My first Angoulême, it's mind blowing. Trotting
Yeah,
about the Nouvelle de Mont at the Fourth. Beautiful.
yeah, I've been to Angoulême, but on a off season when the
Yeah, you
festival.
got family there, your nana or something, yeah.
Yeah, my nan lives quite close to Angoulême.
So you're gonna have to go visit her, yeah. You're honor bound to visit. You have to.
Well, actually, she moved to the north of France, so
Oh,
no,
really?
don't have to worry.
Okay, so you don't have to visit family on the trip then. It can be all business.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, went
So
to the
sorry, Josh. So I just if Kramer's Ergo 10 background on your shelf, it's underneath all of your books.
yeah.
Why do you store underneath a bunch of other books? Because people see orange and green spine with the white stripe 10. Josh has chosen to store this book underneath about 20 other heavy books. Not too accessible. How do you put it back? If you wanted to take out that Kramer's Ergot and have a look at, say, the Simon Hanselmann page in there, how are you
Yeah.
going to put it back? You just don't remove it ever?
Well, imagine if I put it back, it'll go on top, won't it? You know.
Yeah, I mean, that's generally where books like that live. I wonder what the thought process was here that you were like, I'm going to put this one underneath all these other books. I've
I
never seen that before.
no, I don't remember doing it.
Never seen that before. It's an odd choice. It's really distracting. I'd like to see that rectified before we film another episode because, frankly, it's really distracting and it's
Yeah,
weird.
I don't remember doing it, and I definitely don't remember why.
It's odd. I guess you just moved again, like you just like
Yeah,
getting all the shit out of boxes in a delirium. I don't know, but yeah.
I think that's probably
Anyway,
what's happened.
sorry.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
good question.
I'm
Yeah, don't remember doing that.
It's been a few weeks now, and it's gotten to the point where it's upsetting to me.
Okay, I know. Actually, I know what's happened. The way this shelf is organized is this is all like floppies. So
Uh-huh.
what I would have done is put all the floppies there, and then put this on the shelf, like because it was the only place on this bookshelf I could fit it. And then I've gotten lazy and just putting books on top of it instead of moving it and trying to find a place for it.
Yeah, it's a bit unkempt, Josh. You'll notice that my bookshelves, it's quite neat in the background. Everything's arranged quite well, roughly the size, and the spines are all. It's a bit sloppy. You
Yeah,
look like you're coming off like a hoarder, and kind of like you don't care a little bit.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll fix this for the next episode, and yeah.
Sometimes I doubt your commitment to sparkle motion, Josh. I meant to say manga chat, but I said sparkle motion. Anyway, I've interrupted you. I've derailed you. You've been nominated for the Angoulême Prize.
Yeah.
And then
So
what next? So you got the fuck out of London. No one mugged
yeah,
you. No one knocked your teeth out. You escaped.
got a plane to France, Toulouse airport.
Oh.
You've been to Toulouse. Do you remember the airport? All the gates are like this 70s, like they have like the round red couches. Do you remember this?
I always drive in. I've never flown into Toulouse. I always come into Charles de Gaulle and I train or drive. Anyway,
It's my favorite airport. It's like they
really?
have like these massive round seats that are orange, like orangey red. Everything's all like 70s decor. It looks like you can smoke in there, but you can't.
Oh, if only.
Yeah. So yeah, got to Got my driver who was at my beck and
Ooh.
call for all 3 days I was there.
Snap,
I
snap,
didn't.
Vlad, let's go.
What's that?
I said, snap, snap, Vlad, let's go. You said he looked like Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, I didn't abuse that having a driver, but yeah, met up with my French publisher from Issy Berenger. Yeah, let me think. Went to the hotel, slept an hour, then we went to the festival.
Straight to the festival after an hour power nap.
Yeah,
They
so
put you to fucking work, Josh.
they did. I was, I was at that table for 8 hours a day signing.
Ooh.
Without constantly signing, by the way, like big stream of there's some this sticker. This if I wasn't nominated, I would just make a bunch of these stickers and put it on my book because it sells. It sells books.
Yeah, it catches the eye.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me think.
Yeah, it's different in France, isn't it, Josh? It's different to America. The stickers actually, people actually give a fuck about the awards.
Yeah, I was just so amazed with France in general, the comic scene. It's like the people buying my book. Like in America, you a little less than me, but there's a type.
It's just men, isn't it?
It's your Sophie Cleveland, your Crapmaster Zach, your Wally Gropius. These are,
Yeah, odd men.
it's the same man copied and pasted over and over again. You might get, the odd, exception to the rule, but generally, there's a type for comics. In France, it's like families, old ladies, old men, young men, Actually, this is a funny thing. I got interviewed for a middle school newspaper by these middle school these middle school children came up and they wanted to interview me for their paper. The first question they asked me was, "How much money do I make a month as a cartoonist?"
Wow, that's funny. That's a pertinent question in the French comics community.
I mean, it's like I respect it, but it's bizarre. But I respect it. It's like they're figuring out like this thing you do, is it worth it?
Yeah, I was interviewed by a couple of school children at Short Run, and they came up and said, "How many Ko-fi posts do you make a month? How many times are you begging? How many depressing, sad GoFundMe's do you do a year?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not that kind of cartoonist. I'm successful. I work hard, and people like me." But yeah, no, they're the questions you get in the US. So it's interesting. In France, you're getting far more straightforward, like financial questions. But yeah, I mean, you can make a bit of money in France. The general public, it's not just alternative men. It's alternative old women, alternative children. Just wide demographics. They're not as allergic to comics as in the US. So like Belgium, Japan, these people love comics, but in America, people are just like, comics are for shit cunts. Yeah.
Couple of other things I noticed about the French is they're not embarrassed to like stand there and like flip through your stuff the way like I think at these American festivals they kind of feel like it's embarrassing to look at something and not buy it, but I didn't get that impression in France. They're just like they'll sit there and openly look at it and talk to you about it and just be like, no, this one's not for me,
Well, they've got confidence. They're not pussies like Americans.
Yeah, I respect that. And the other thing they'll do is read the back. That stand like the first thing every single person did was like read the back, and then
yeah, they're cocksure.
Yeah.
Did you get the sketchbook guys?
I mean, I was drawing a big picture in every single copy I sold.
Okay, so yeah, but so you satiated their lust. But yeah, maybe it's a German thing, but big sketchbooks. Just like, I've got my big sketchbook, and you'll do a big drawing. It's like, really, you're gonna put me to work here? Like, I don't want to be an asshole at charge, but a few times before, I've gotten like really close and drawn like in the center of a massive sketchbook, just drawing like the smallest drawing I could possibly draw. Like, there you fucking go. Like, just come on, I'm not giving you a fucking $600 fucking value piece of work for nothing. You're not even buying a book, you fucking cunt. Yeah.
Oh wait, these aren't even customers. These just people just want you to do it.
Oh, just the sketchbook. No, they just come up like and just sit next to like Eddie Campbell at like a Hamburg comic festival. Just endless guys like a big sketchbook. It's like, no, like here's your tiny drawing. Like, fuck off. Like, I try to be nice, you know. I'll do it, but you know, some people sit there like, you know, forever, like those sketch covers and the mainstream thing, you know, those blank white covers with the logo, and sometimes I get those as well. Like someone will bring me a weird Marvel comic and I have to draw like Werewolf Jones on it. Like it's like, all right, but you see people do sketches on them that, you know, it's a lot of work, you
Yeah.
know. So I guess they must be unsuccessful and they don't have much of a line because they have the time to do like a 20 to 25 minute drawing, you know. I often can't do that, you know. I'm like sitting there for 8 hours, like go, non-stop, non-stop.
Well, I quite enjoyed figured out two like quite nice compositions that I can do in the front page of this book, and I just alternated between them. Like yeah, so
Yeah.
just, you know, a lot of sign-in. Did sell out of books on the third day. Yeah, it's like right near the end as well. It's like there was a big rush in the last 20 minutes. People going and buying the last books they were buying, and that's when I sold out of books.
So successful, you know, professional working cartoonist trip.
Yeah.
So Josh, like just like 3 years ago, I mean, you were a nobody. You were a bum. I mean, you know, you were working in restaurants. You were sucking dicks down at the Port Authority. You didn't even have a beard to your name. I mean, now, I mean, like, well, you've been working hard for a good couple of years. You've caught some breaks. You've been consistent. Now, young cartoonists, this is what can happen. Tedwood was a breakout hit character. Josh has done, you know, consistent work, character work. He's had these good books out. He's kept it tight. He's kept it good. He's good at business. He sends his books out on time. And now he's procured a French fucking, you know, deal, and they've flown him out there. So what happened for me years ago? I put some stuff on Tumblr. I got a bit popular. I kept the zines coming out. Some French publishers like, oh, we can make a bit of money off of this, a bit of heat here. And they flew me over. It's that simple. Really, if you keep should be heartwarming. I hope for any young audience members we have. Like you can, you know, yeah. I'm very excited for you, Josh. This sounds like a lovely fucking trip. I remember my first fucking paid for fucking Euro trip. Like, wow, gee willikers, I've made it.
Do you remember
Gosh,
where was that?
Where was it? Probably France and Spain or something in like 2013 or 2014. Yeah, you know. I came to Comic Arts Brooklyn in like 2013. That's off my own dime. I sold artwork online, which is another way of like, oh, I can get like $dollars a picture, and you know, I sold a bunch of art to people and speculators and collectors, and I got enough money to fly. But yeah, that first one where you get the sign, Josh, that says Mr. Pettinger.
Yeah.
You got the Putin lookalike there, Mr. Pettinger, and yeah, it's magical. It's magical. It's the dream.
Yes. It's pretty crazy, you know. Just like it's like trying to like calculate how much the trip cost and figure out how many books that would have to sell to like. Oh, it's just me doing that, but yeah, it's pretty nice, you know.
Hopefully Spain next. You've got a Spanish collection coming out, don't you?
Yeah, with La Cupula.
So it'd be nice to get a free trip to Spain as well. Some of my best trips have been in Spain. My Spanish publisher, Fulgencio Pimentel, take incredibly good care of me.
Yeah, I've not been to Spain, but that would be quite exciting. Yeah, but
five-star hotels.
Beranger, Meme, and the festival, who you know, sent me out there, like treated me really well. It's, you know, nice like travel tavern, and like banquet hall dinners. This is the thing about the festival. In that town.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the festival, but yeah, the food.
So that town is has the biggest manufacturer of airplanes in the world, which is Airbus. So the town is like rich from taxes. So they put the town puts this festival on and like rents out and caters these banquet halls every single night for like 250 people. It's insane. It's like, I think I have a picture uploaded here of doesn't look like much, but this little mushroom pancake thing was one of the best things I've eaten in my life. Like, it was, you know,
It looks good.
yeah.
I hate mushrooms. I would have vomited it up, but it looks good. If you like eating fungus, it looks good.
Yeah. Well, they had a different option. I think it was like eggplant or something, but
I also hate eggplant. I would have been fucked. I would have been like, where is Le McDonald's? McDonald's, you fucking idiots.
yeah.
Yeah, was it a big festival? I've heard of BD Colomiers. I've never been. I love Toulouse. Great city. Was it well attended? You told me when we were talking privately a
Yeah.
lot of publisher tables. It was more publishers than like individual artists. Interesting.
It was all publishers, and some of them would have the artists at their table. I would guess maybe like maybe 70 tables. Yeah, maybe less than that.
Okay, yeah, decent amount.
Maybe 50. Yeah, it's like a decent sized festival. Had like a big exhibition in the middle where all the tables are sort of around this big exhibition. It's like a really well attended. Everybody come from Toulouse, which is right, like a 15-minute drive away. It's like a pretty sizable city. So yeah. And I mean, so it was like, very well attended. I was constantly, talking to someone or signing, a book or selling a book. And yeah, it seemed like it was a massive success for Issy Meme and probably all the other publishers.
Still got it, France. Still got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of France. It wasn't, a couple of months ago, I would have had, stern words to say about France, but I would say I'm a fan of France now.
Yeah. Well, I always enjoy it when I go. I love Toulouse. I love Bordeaux. I love Paris.
Yeah.
Bordeaux, perhaps my favourite. I don't know. It's nice that there's decent wine in the region. And, had a nice meal of duck hearts there 1 year.
Yeah.
Frontignan was interesting down south. I was there in a heat wave. I was telling you, Josh, about like you were like, oh, and they made all this food for us. Like I was like, flashback to Frontignan, and they do that. They packed us all in to like all eat together in like a mess hall. But it was like 110 degrees in like a tin roof shed with like these thick plastic table covers. So it was just heat, just like bouncing. It was like being inside a giant heater. And on the second night, they started microwaving the food. It was already like airline food, but then they'd microwave it the second and third nights. And it was awful. It was by the beach, so there was like, oh, there was lots of seafood. It's like, I don't really eat seafood, so
yeah,
it was kind of a food desert. It was also like the height of summer, and the coastal town was all shut down for the summer for some reason. So there were just no restaurants open. So it was like you just had to eat your airline festival slop. It was a challenging festival. French reviewers will know that I left Misma, my publisher. I was with Dupois Le Soul, and now I'm with Mansion. Obviously, there's a lot of business backstories there, but that Frontignan festival that was part of the whole breaking point. That was my wife and I had a bit of a tough one on that tour. The heat wave in France was rough as well. A lot of behind the scenes stuff. There's the business, business side of it. Maybe we'll get into that in the future. I don't know. Do a big business special.
Yeah, we could do a big business special.
All the nasty behind the scenes business stuff.
Name names.
Oh, name all the names. Yeah, well, I try not to. I mean, that there was a bit of that happening with all this. It wasn't me naming names, but anyway.
Yeah.
It was a tough one. It was a tough one. But yeah, be interesting. Anyway, no one cares. Although you heard a few people gossiping. You said maybe you heard a few whispers and stuff, Josh.
Whispering about, seems like it's there's still rumblings of all the stuff that went down in France.
Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes it seems like you're not allowed to switch publishers. Maybe in France, like maybe you're having a child. There's a pandemic, and someone offers you like 10,000 euros instead of 700.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, what am I going to do here? I'm broke. Like, what am I going to do? But yeah, then a bunch of people turn on you and start calling you a bastard, and like, what?
I think I was, just like privy to the whispering because there's, a lot getting asked a lot. Is this your first book? And I'd be like, well, I did this book, this Werewolf Jones book, and then you hear little like, oh yeah.
Oh, that piece of shit, yes. Ooh, I do not like HANSELMANN anymore. He is a traitor. He is not loyal. He cares about paying rent and feeding his child. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be your second book in France, the Werewolf Jones and Sons Deluxe Summer Fun Annual, which is still available from Fantagraphics Books. It's still in print. They still have some left. I was reading this in the garage last night, and I was cracking up, Josh. I was reading some of your bits in there, especially the Werewolf Jones crystal ball gag thing in the back. The crystal ball, the fake, these little fake horoscopes crack me up.
Yeah.
And you wrote them last year, but they're still, not outdated yet. Like very timely still, even more so.
Yeah,
it's a fun book.
Yeah, that Elon Musk one might be a bit evergreen.
Yeah. Jim Hemingfield he told you point blank he just didn't like that book. Didn't he say like, "Oh, glad that one's not canon"?
Yeah, basically, I respect the honesty. It's just like, not one of the good ones.
Yeah, well, I can't compete with like Stems or Bad Gateway or One More Year, I guess. But it's not supposed to. It's a slim, handsome summer volume. It's an expansion pack. It's not supposed to be the next big thing.
We had fun bashing it out.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe we should have just left it as zines. Maybe our mistake was putting this like hardcover prestige kind of sheen on it with like a reversible jacket and high production values. And it being marketed as some big highfalutin thing, and then people are like, oh, no, it's all weird and confrontational and filthy and depressing and child abusey. I don't know.
Well, I enjoy having it on my shelf. It's nice to add that spine to my stack of my stuff,
Yeah. I was cracking up again at your reverse cover in the garage the other night. Josh did like a nice comic for the front and back cover, and just the panel of Werewolf Jones and Mike or whoever masturbating in that hole on the beach. Like someone's dug the hole and they're wanking in the hole. But it just cracked me up. I was quite literally laughing like a drain. My wife said, "What are you laughing at?" And I told her, and she was like, "Ugh." Yeah. Anyway, should we take some questions, Josh?
Well, I'm just going to run through a couple things. I do have a list of other stuff in France.
Oh, yeah.
I was nominated for a prize at this festival, which was like best first book. And the way I found out that I didn't win was quite funny. I was like walking through the festival hall. I looked over on this one table. I was like, "Oh, giant novelty check over there. What's that giant novelty check for?" I kind of looked at it and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the prize I was nominated for with someone else's name on it."
Oh, that's your check.
Yeah. And then also, it's a really cool little bookstore. Shout out. People should go follow that. Well, it's in France, you can't buy it. But we shared this table with this Italian woman, Martina. Like really fun, like really great person. She was like working the Issy Meme table, and she runs this like mobile bookstore that goes around to like EDM festivals and all different. There's like they have like Bad Gateway on there, some other stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just like drives that around to like festivals and like different public events and just sells comics to the public. Really cool.
I love that. That's just getting the word out there. That's what we're always talking about, trying to get unenlightened, non-comics literate people to read comics.
Yeah, it's great. Martina was great. Let me see what else. I think that's pretty much it. I ate a lot of beef bourguignon. That was a highlight. And that was most of the French trip.
Are you not eating beef now that you're back in Philly?
No, I think I'm gonna. Honestly, like the thing you alluded to earlier, I think might go back to a vegetable-based diet.
Really?
Some stomach problems, coming
really?
back.
No more cheese?
No. Oh, the other thing coming back.
Jesus.
So I'm like, it's the day before I'm supposed to leave, and I get like an email. It's due to industrial action. Your flight has been cancelled. So it's like a big strike. And you know how I feel about unions,
Oh yeah.
If you don't like your job, get another one.
You're always staunchly tweeting. I keep telling you, stop tweeting about unions, Josh.
Don't come at me. It's a joke.
They won't know.
Yeah. So so changed my flight. Like did all the phone calls and that. Changed my flight to an earlier one. So I had to get up at 4 a.m. I have to leave the hotel at 4 a.m. to get a flight.
Nightmare.
That flight was delayed 2 hours. Flight from Toulouse to London delayed 2 hours, and so I missed my connecting flight from London to Philadelphia.
Oh,
Yeah, so they put me, got in a line. 20 minutes. They told me to go to another line, 20 minutes. All that, bullshit. Finally, put me on a flight, right in the back, middle seat. Awful. So tired, jet lag, just the worst fucking thing. Finally got home, but yeah, it's just like delays and strikes and nightmare travel day.
was your lady friend with you still?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you were just like middle seat. I was like, well, where's she sitting? Does she?
Well,
She either got window or aisle.
no, there's like it's like there's like 3 and then a 4 in the middle.
Oh, the 4, and you were both in the middle.
Middle of the 4.
A couple of Malcolm in the middles.
And British Airways likes to do this thing where they stagger the seats a little bit. So in the bit under where you put your feet is like we had our 2 seats had one little bit to put your legs. It was awful.
So how long did it take? How long were you ultimately delayed?
I think so. Like it was like 2 extra hours. Well, I ended up on
It's not that bad. 2 hours. Just do some pills or something in the airport.
Yeah, but it was all the it was all the like cancellations and waiting in line, and like I ended up on my original flight back home. Like even though I'd gone an earlier flight, it was it was
what a bureaucracy.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my France London excursion.
It sounds it's just I've done like 18-hour layovers in Abu Dhabi, so I mean, sound like a bit of a soft cock puff there, Josh. But no, no. Yeah, that sounds. Oh God,
it's the not knowing and the cancelling and being on a 2-hour flight, knowing you've missed it and not knowing if you can get another flight when you land. It's like the stress of that stuff.
Should have Jack Cohen on again to talk about the time she was trapped for like I think 36 hours in an airport somewhere in like DC or something, trying to get to France. 36 hours. The clothes were melted to her body.
That's brutal.
It was a fucking nightmare. I was there in the heat wave, like on the phone to her, like I was already in Paris, and just like having to talk her through it. And like, I started yelling. I was calling up airlines, and I was trying to get someone to break into a fucking shipping container for me and get her luggage out because they wouldn't release her luggage. It was some shit fucking airline, just like the most they're a shit airline. Anyway,
yeah.
I ate some fish last week, Josh. Your beef, you're going off the beef. Your tummy issues got me back. I can't stop thinking about food, but I had a big fish dinner the other week. It was fascinating. I'm sure everyone's like, "Oh, Simon's going to tell a fish anecdote." Yeah, I just got really ill. I fish and chips. I really enjoyed it. It's a really nice piece of fish. I ate a lot of fish, and I was deathly ill. So I'm scared to eat fish again now. I don't know if it was like poison fish or I just like can't eat fish. I just don't know.
Do you remember what kind of fish it was?
I think it was like a cod or something. It was fish and chips. I mean, I started, it was nothing adventurous. It was, it's a soft man's, dip into the waters. But anyway, I can't stop thinking about this fish. I want more fish, but I'm scared to eat it.
I think eventually you're gonna have to get back and you're gonna have to get a fish to find out.
I'm just gonna have to do it. I don't know. Gosh.
You can't live a life without fish. Like I was vegan, but I'm going off the beef, but I'm still going to eat fish.
You're still going to be, yeah. I mean, the tartare sauce was just like incredible. Some other sauce as well as dip and stuff. It just, fucking hell, big pint. Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we take some questions?
Yeah, see what we got here.
I'm going to start at the start of the questions and go through. Got a few here.
All right.
Don't know. Everyone's talking about the doubling. We know the doubling up of the sound at the start. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, here's one way to do it. Simon, you've depicted Meg witnessing 2 stabbings now from a bus window. I want to know if that's based on something.
I was stabbed once. Just knife. No, that was just general knife crime in Tasmania. There was a lot of knife crime. Yeah. Yeah, I've just been stabbed myself, and I'm just aware. Yeah, UK as well. When I lived in London, there was a lot of knife crime.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's just me depicting how dicey things are, and just that's the squalor. Poor Meg going out on the bus. I used to go out to Moona to band practice to Carl's house, and it was scummy out there. It was scummy.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, here's someone saying any quality pictures left over for Partners and Sons. I don't know.
No,
I sent out the contributor copies yesterday, and I sent one to Crapmaster Zach and a few like Jim Hemmingfield, a few people. But yeah, I've got like 20 left out in the garage. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I gave 10 to Secret Headquarters, but Dave probably went through those. But Josh, any for Partners? No.
no. If you want to send me a stack, I'll give some to Partners.
No.
All right.
Oh, no, maybe. I don't know. Well, there will be some news regarding quality pictures coming up. I think we have been talking with someone, Josh, about a bit of distribution, and
Yeah.
it'd be like a freebie item with something. They're excited about it. This would be really great if we could make this happen. It'd be really fun. But yeah, all contributors, Vit Moretta, in Bologna, keep an eye out. Jay Webster Sharp, keep an eye out. Noah Van Skyver in South Carolina, all the gang. Keep your eyes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so decent response, I think. I've seen a few people, one of them went for $100 on eBay. Some idiot paid $100.
Yeah.
That was nice to see. Or nice, I say. It was a bit horrible, but
Yeah.
we knew it had happened, though. There's only 200 copies out there in the world.
Especially with that, it's pretty stacked lineup.
Yeah, very stacked lineup. Some real hot stuff in there. You can't read those Cowdreys or Harkums or Burnses anywhere else.
No. I was rereading it. I think that Cowdrey one is, it's like one of my favorites in that. It's keep laughing at that last line.
Yeah. That's a fun one.
Hmm.
Someone just rubbing it in and stuff. Someone saying they bought Power Wash, sold out. Oh yeah. Sold out, gosh. But everything from HANSELMANN was available, though, with laughy tears. Like, what is that supposed to say? I'm a loser or something? My books don't sell. Maybe they just stock them in such a high volume because they're constantly selling out. Did you ever fucking think about that?
Larger
Banned from the chat. What's that, Josh?
I think it's just a larger distribution, probably.
Yeah, I mean, Josh is like out there like fucking death of a salesman doing it on his own. I've got fucking the power of fucking turnaround or whatever, like, major distributors through proper channels. Anyway, yeah, how dare you, rude fans, toxic fans. Look at that. My God, harassing us. Oh, I feel so harassed, Josh. I'm going to have to go and have a cry. Oh. Someone saying Nate's IG story came up. It was alluded to in a humorous, funny way. Nate and I talked about it. It was a funny conversation. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks a lot of podcasts are shit. I've talked about that on the podcast before. Like, not so much of yourself. Like, I could be like, a mystery. Simon HANSELMANN's a mystery. Or I could ramble on the fucking internet uncensored for an hour each week, and you could, become my digital YouTube friend. Your choice. You can ignore me or you cannot. And I just think, in this day and age, this technological age, being some fucking highfalutin, like, mysterious artist, you're just cutting yourself off for sales. I got a kid to feed. Anything I can do to sell you cunts some more fucking books and sell you books by other cunts, so more people and more cunts start buying these fucking books, I'm going to do everything I can. So, and I think, Josh, we put out a pretty high grade of uncensored, unbridled, improvised chat.
Yeah, I've got high definition StreamYard technology here.
Bang, we're pro. We're paying money. We can't stop doing this. We paid money for a StreamYard license. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore, but we're obligated.
Yeah, it's sunk cost. We're invested.
Yeah, we have to do this, Josh, now.
Yeah.
Are we all making our homes massive fire hazards with all these comics we all own? Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Go up like dry tinder any second. What's this? Oh gosh, what's this? Crapmaster's Axe says there's uncollected pogey bait strips in 90s National Lampoons. I fucking hell, I've never seen these.
Scan them, email them to us, Zach.
Yeah, we need to start like the Bubbles forum. There needs to be a group like on the alt comics Reddit. We were kind of me and Alexi. He was like, we should get like a bibliography together, a CF. Like a bunch of people are chipping in and like talking about rare stuff, and like I've got so much stuff Alexi doesn't have, and then he sent me some like pictures other people sent of like, yeah, I don't know, some master list. We need to start scanning this shit and like sharing it about, and so people can fucking see it. I've got CF scenes that are like limited to like fucking 100 copies. Like no one can see them. Like
there's this guy, Lars Imbergstein, who has this blog. He has like where he reviews. He buys like every comic that's ever put out and reviews it. And he's put together this search engine that so far it has like issues 1 to 300 of the Comics Journal, and it's all like, I guess he's like a programmer, and he's made all the text searchable. So if you search anybody's name, it shows you like every article they're mentioned in from the physical Comics Journal. I don't know about that, but I'll put a link in this description. It's a really cool resource.
It does sound cool. Yeah, no, I put some links in the comments once, but I didn't put on YouTube. I don't. Can you not put links in comments? I think.
I'm not sure, but I can send me. I can put it in the description.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, get this person's book here. Go to their Big Cartel, and it just wouldn't show my comment. And it's like, what? You're censoring? I'm not allowed to like.
Yeah.
Direct people where they could buy a comic book. Like the algorithm's censoring us and fucking us on Instagram, and not allowed to post comment links. Like, how are people supposed to buy these books?
I think what they do now, like these apps, they're so like, or the tech companies, they're so competitive now. They don't want you to click away from the app onto another one.
I don't know. Yeah, reading through all these questions, people asking some dicey ones, getting a bit political there. I don't want to talk about that sort of stuff. Something about Irish people.
There's more to Ireland than this.
So someone was complaining about Icky Meme, saying that they ordered 2 copies of the French Goiter and they were never posted, and then they've emailed Icky Meme and they've received no reply.
Well, it's a front. You're not going to get those books.
He's got like printouts. Mark Corrigan or Mark Borrigan, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
British London. Yeah, Josh's big publisher, British London. God, I gotta do a rewatch of Peep Show. My God.
Well, I'm on a big rewatch of Walking Dead right now. So.
No, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch those spin-offs.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Rick Michonne one.
Well, I just been watching Survivor, the new season of Survivor. It's fucking great. Me and my wife were like scintillated last night. They brought back the Survivor auction, first time since 2015. Fantastic individual immunity challenge and a scintillating tribal with an incredible blindside. It just felt like classic Survivor. Like, and at one point, like Jeff, the host, offered them like some rice. Like, if 4 of you step out of this challenge, the individual immunity challenge, and sacrifice your chance, you can get some rice. And someone was like, oh, could we make a deal or something, Jeff? And Jeff just took a knife and stabbed the bag of rice, and it all just started pouring out. And they were all like, and he was just like, fucking go, like, just make a fucking decision. Like, it was just really like badass of Jeff Probst. Like, just, I've never seen him that sort of hardcore. And yeah, in the past, like, you can kind of like, make a little deal. And anyway, I love Survivor. I've been watching it since the year 2000, since the Richard Hatch season. It was so good.
I always preferred that English show, Shipwrecked.
Shipwrecked, yep.
Yeah.
I'll do Naked and Afraid. I'll do all the spin-off ones. Yeah, New Amazing Race as well. I'm really fucking excited about the New Amazing Race.
Yeah, I got quite into the Ed Stafford ones. He kind of just like, he lands on an island completely naked and has to survive for like a week.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, me too.
Survivor's a bit softer than that, but I've still seen some Survivor seasons where like their feet are just like swollen. It looks like wartime trench warfare, swollen feet, like really like. But yeah, they're really pushing the like stuff like on Survivor now. Like, you should come on to Survivor. Like, send your video in. And my wife's always like, you should do it. Like, I don't know if I could. Like, I really, yeah, Jeff sounds like a monster. He is. He's a cruel man. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it, Josh. We should try and do it together. Or we could do the Amazing Race together. I got my license for driving now, so we could actually do the Amazing Race together. That is a bit less brutal. I like eating. I like clothes. I like not being eaten alive by bugs and being rained on.
Yeah.
But to sell books, so that's what I was saying to my wife. I don't know. I don't want to leave you and the kid and like get all fucked up, my knees all bitten by bugs. But I think it'd sell books because it'd say like Simon Hanselman, cartoonist, as I'm being all funny and personable and like dazzling on Survivor. I mean, I could get on if I wanted. I mean, I'm sure I could send a good video and like, get on, easy peasy. It probably would sell some books.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I'm thinking of going on, because the whole time I can be like, everyone wants to talk about the machinations of the voting and stuff, and I'm like, but have you read Devil's Grin? What about Alex Graham? You guys got really, I can just name drop all of our friends on national television. I'm sure they wouldn't edit that out.
Let me know your name, and I'll send them a message to say you didn't get your books.
Oh, you're really gonna step in on this, Josh? You went looking for that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that before, like written to a publisher or a t-shirt maker and said, like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm getting all these. The worst ones was that who's that guy? Big beardy guy. Did like the Young Lean box set, and anyway, did all. He's got a funny name. What's it? Ormaloka. Did some shirts. Like Gary Panther was doing them. I was like, oh yeah, it's a reputable thing. And he's a nice guy, but he still owes me $500, and I got so many messages like, oh, I've never received the shirts. He won't. And then I look him up, and like on Reddit, there's just like, he did like a Lil Pump tape or like Lil Someone, like a rap tape, and just never sent it out. And everyone's pissed. And like, I don't think Young Lean's people would be working with him again. But
yeah.
And he's just like, oh, I'm just a single dad. And it's like, yeah, all right. Like, I get it. Like, I've got a wife to help me do fulfillment, but I'm sorry you don't have a nice fulfillment wife. But anyway, you got to be careful who you work with. Another tip for young cartoonists: you have to be very careful with who you work with.
Yeah, don't get too excited about every opportunity, because
oh god, message from my mum. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
She had her windows kicked out or something over the weekend. Like some crazy woman kicked her windows out. She's just sleeping with no windows. It's like, oh, Mum, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, some sons do have them. What's in the comments? Crapmaster Zach's talking about his nuggets again.
Yeah.
Fantastic video. Crapmaster Zach eating the nuggets.
Yeah. Well, any other comments? We call it a day. I'll get some dinner started soon, but
yeah, I don't know. Someone talking about Jimmy Savile. Someone's saying here's a terrible joke. It's quite bad, but still funny. Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's a nice comment.
Yeah.
This show has helped me get back into comics, so thank you. That's what we're trying to do. Go get your Matt Seneca comics and get your Cum comics, the Hogbook and Laser Eyes. Really excited about this French business. The George Willisole book just came out. I don't know. We'll be back next week talking about more comics. We'll be doing our best of end of year special, Josh, with all of our favorite comics of the year.
Maybe we'll get guests coming up.
We definitely got to book some guests. Got a ton of guests on the guest list. Oh yeah, someone says, did you notice Noah Van Sciver started doing interviews, conversations again? Yes, go check it out. He's got Seth on. I just saw this morning he's gotten Seth. Kayfabe got Seth. Now Noah. I mean, we could get Seth if we wanted to. Well, I guess we don't want to. I don't know. Like, everyone else has already gotten there. Seth, he's all done, isn't he? Yeah, he's all. I don't want to stir Seth's porridge. His digital porridge.
No.
So yeah, good to see you, Josh. I'm glad you survived flying on airplanes. I'm glad you survived the unstable European region. And it sounds like you ran into no trouble. That's good. That's what you want to hear. You had a nice time. You're pretending everything's okay.
Yeah.
Let's all just keep pretending everything's okay. Comics.
Yep.
All right, go make your dinner, Josh.
All right.
Get your French goiter, your Frenchies.
Lovely to see you. Thanks for watching.
Good to see you, Josh. I'll talk to you later.
All right.